Oh,
Did Craig just stutter?
Craig
Yeah,
had
he did.
strong,
Okay, I want
Craig
to make
had
sure it
strong,
wasn't just me. That was really funny.
strong head
strong,
Craig.
strong.
I was sorely confused for a second.
I don't whatever I have, it's catching.
I don't know. Hmm. Anyway, hey Steve, I got a question for you.
What?
AIDS is the
I-
answer.
If there were 100 dicks on the wall, how many would you choke on?
None.
That's right, because you're a pro.
Hey.
Hey!
Wow.
$20 is $20, dog. That shit's gas money.
Oh man. Huh, that was a fun intro.
Oh,
Anyway, episode 21 with John, Steve, and Newt, and Anthony, and my headset that's freaking out because it's almost dead, so I'm charging it while I'm talking.
and Craig.
And Craig, but Craig doesn't have a voice anymore, at least right at the moment, because the service that I used to create Craig's voice went to a paid model all of a sudden. They decided to switch it up, and so I can't make any new lines for Craig right now,
It's
which
probably
is really
Chinese
sad.
made. It's probably
What's that?
Chinese operated.
Ah, fuck if I know. I don't know. It was like
Chinese
it
operated.
was a couple weeks ago. I I went to go like record some new lines for Craig, and I was like, oh, I can't use his voice anymore. The fuck? And it's like, oh yeah, by the way, now you have to pay us $16 a month. And I said, oh well, fuck you guys. I could technically just throw in like old Craig lines.
I'm old Craig.
Yeah. But yeah, it's episode 20. Episode 20. Yeah, last night was the last time we recorded was episode 20, and we didn't realize it. We've hit 20
Damn.
episodes. Oh, we lost John. Oh, we got John back. John, say pineapple. Okay, so he's kind of here. Yeah, so 20. We're now on 21. This is episode 21. It's kind of exciting.
We've definitely gotten farther than we thought.
Yeah, for real. But yeah, hit episode 21. What's really been really fun is so I've been going back. I've been wanting to go back and listen to from episode 1 and up just because I wanted to see I wanted to see like what some of the differences, see how things have kind of like shifted and changed, see just little things like that. And I came across the episode. I can't remember if it was the one. I think it was the one when TikTok raises your kids. Um, but I was listening to that. And we were talking about the Haktua girl, and we were just sitting there discussing like how she's going to do a cash grab and like she's just trying to make as much money as she can off of it. Da 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 da. And like, man, I realized that we're at the point now where we're talking about stuff and then things are developing for those things that we're doing. Why is my headset fucking dying? Am I losing my headset? Unplugged? The fuck? Yep, that's what it was. It was unplugged. Um, but yeah, we've been doing this long enough now to where like things are now having developments. Like Hawktua Girl has now been like on the run and whatnot because they did a massive rug pull of crypto and fucking stole a bunch of money from everybody. I was like, huh, well, look at that. We've gotten to that point now. That's good for us. That means now we're gonna have new things to talk about on old shit that we've talked about before.
Sorry. I had to get the kids to go to bed.
Oh, you're
Yeah,
good.
she's been on the run because, dude, whenever she put out that fucking cryptocurrency, her little like cryptocurrency, and everybody bought in, like all these people that had been like following her for who the fuck knows why. Um, because she spit on that thing. But like as soon as it tanked, she just disappeared.
Oh yeah,
Like
like vanished.
disappeared.
Well, it wasn't an immediate. They did like podcasts and like they went there to try to defend it and this, that, and the other, and tried all this shit. But then what it came down to was nope, nope, that's you're just gonna vanish into that thin light. Vanish into thin air so no one can fucking find you.
Yeah, she
And just steal a
vanished
bunch
for
of
a
money
little
from people.
bit. She vanished for a little bit, and then like she popped back up, and now she's lost all traction that she had.
Well, yeah, because fucking look what you did. Look what the kind of shit you pulled. You stole a bunch of money from people. What the fuck do you expect, crazy bitch?
I mean, everybody had their issue with Matt Rife whenever he pulled the bullshit that he did, but this bitch stole money, like
A lot of money too. One sec.
millions. Like the kind of money that you never have to worry about nothing for a very, very, very long time,
Yeah, like
other than going to jail.
other than going to jail. I mean, now I gotta worry about going to jail because you stole a bunch of fucking money from people with your rug pull bullshit and your cryptocurrency horse shit.
Which, I mean, let's be honest though, if you're stupid enough to invest in a cryptocurrency, like not necessarily stupid enough. I mean, if you do it correctly, then your money can make money for you. But if you got to go into that knowing that you're gonna take a loss. Like cryptocurrency is so volatile, you're gonna take a loss.
Oh, well, yeah, you gotta be willing to play that risk game of like, all right, I'm probably gonna lose my ass on this at least a little bit, but in the long run, I might make a shit ton of money, or you know, at least hold it until you can safely let that shit go and make a fucking banging on it, like fucking Dogecoin back in the time.
Yeah, one of our Dan, our fireman Dan, he bought Dogecoin back when it was like brand new, like just came out. He bought
Yeah.
a bunch of it, and I think he made a few hundred in the positive out of it.
Well, I mean, we had
Can you
Joe
guys
talking
hear
about
me?
in the
There
last.
we go.
Hey, there's John. John, say pineapple.
Pineapple.
Yay. But yeah, Joe had actually mentioned in that episode we were just talking about it, um, that like Dogecoin, like Joe made a killing on Dogecoin because he knew he just kind of played the game on it. But like, yeah, I have never in my life have I fallen for the cryptocurrency thing or like the NFT fad, any kind of like thing that's like a short term, like, hey, you can make all this money in the short term. I'm like, nope, you know what? That's not worth it. That risk is not worth that reward because ooh, no, I'm gonna lose out on $1,000
Yeah.
to make 100. Not about it.
I mean, it's like
What the fuck?
whenever the conversation we had a long time back about whenever we were clan gaming and we had the kid that dumped like 120 fucking Bitcoin to us and it just sat on the fucking computer that John had for a while. Like you just
I will literally never, ever, ever forgive myself.
yeah. That was insane.
Don't worry, I won't forgive you either.
You don't even know. You
I just-
don't even know.
I just feel like being mean to John.
I just feel like being mean to John. What I missed a part of that because my headset switched again because I'm charging it now. What is
Like
it that
John
you'll
was looking at literal FU money and then just the government was like, "Oh, hey bud. How you
hey
been?"
buddy?
ill-gotten gains
Yeah,
was how that was how it was originally acquired.
Uh
that's stupid as shit. They just realized that you had a damn nest egg and they didn't get to touch it yet. And that was a substantially hefty nest egg.
I mean that's the government though. The government's gonna government and they're gonna try to get in there, get their fingers in what they can. It's just kind of how they roll. It's a thing with them.
Yeah. But how's everybody been? I know that Anthony, I know you've had some stuff going on the past couple days.
No, I haven't really had much going on. I've been working a lot. Oh, I had a guy call me racist the other day. That was fun, but I can't talk too much about it. He just called me racist a lot, and I helped him out doing his thing. And he eventually apologized and shook my hand and was like, "I'm sorry, Bill, for being a dick." And I'm like, "It's okay."
We'll see you
Like,
next time there, bud.
you just spent $400, so what am I gonna bitch about?
Right?
Thanks for paying my commission later.
Have a good day
But
there, Scooter.
yeah, see you later, buddy.
I
have
swear to God, I could. Y'all know me well enough. I could not work in sales. I could not do it.
I did for 6 years. Fuck it.
No, no, dude, you don't understand. I would probably last like a week at Anthony's job, and then after that, it's just like, okay, today's the day. Today's the day. I'm either one of two things. I'm going to jail or I'm getting fired.
Today's the day. I've told the guys like there's a lot because I've worked retail before and like I have no problem dealing with people in that sense. It's just I've always said like there's only one of two things that might actually send me over the edge is if someone actually spit on me like they did to one of the guys where I work now. Um, if that was to happen, I can't. I straight up told him like I can't control what happens after that. Like I can't control
And
what
now
happens after
you
that.
gotta die.
Like I can't. Or if someone like just straight up slapped me for no reason or like just physically assaulted me for any reason at all, at that point I can't promise what I don't know what's gonna happen after that, and I can't promise it's gonna be a good thing. Like those are the only two times. Otherwise, like you can sit and run your mouth all you want. I'm just gonna sit and smile and just keep doing my job because I'm getting paid. You're not, man. You're not getting paid to waste your energy and time. I am. You do, you boo boo.
If
But
this is your form of therapy, just let it go, Elsa. Let it go.
yeah, right. Like you just go ahead and let that go because I ain't got nowhere to go. At one point, we had to tell the guy to like just to at least lower his voice a little because some old little grandma walked in. And she had this look on her face. When I tell you this lady looks scared, and like I'm like, why are you looking scared? I'm just sitting here smiling. What's so scary about this? This dude's 4 feet tall. What are you afraid of?
What are you afraid he's gonna do? Steal your Lucky Charms?
Right? Like, like listen, the best he's gonna do is make a cartoon like a fucking cartoon like a Scooby Doo motion of his feet just going in circles as he fucking splits. When I tell him if he doesn't get, he's got 2 seconds to stop cussing at me before I hit this alarm. Like, because that's the whole thing is, uh, some of the I will say some of the people I work with are a little touchy, and so like if someone yells long enough, they'll just hit the little silent thing. I'm like, why? What are you doing? Why are you doing that? Now this is a whole report. Now I gotta do paperwork,
Why you bring attention to us? Why you do that?
right? Like I work on a not so great side of the city that's closest to us. Um, trying to be very specific, but uh, we don't work in. I don't work in exactly the nicest area of town, and so like I just have this expectation that every once in a while I'm gonna run into somebody who's just gonna yell at me for no reason, like the guy who walked in who smelled like pee once. Yeah, I had a homeless guy. He walks in. He wears a yeah. We call him PISSMAN because he's just this homeless guy who walks in and when it's cold he wears uh a bright pink robe underneath his jacket. Um, but he came in the other day and just kept yelling, DVD player. And I go, what? And he just kept yelling, DVD player. And I'll go, I have a DVD player. Would you like one? Does it have a DVD player with a TV? They don't make DVD players with TVs with DVD players anymore, but I was like, I got this thing. And I showed him this like little portable DVD player. But like, he didn't speak to me in full sentences. He spoke to me in grunts and he yelled things at me. Was basically all he communicated. And then he handed me a $100 bill folded around an Amazon gift card. But the entire time I couldn't put a pin on it, but I was like, something really stinks. Like something smells in the shop. So I don't know what this is. And he leaves and I look at I was like, is it just me or just something like is it something outside? Because like sometimes the river, where it's brackish water, the river will stink really bad, like dead fish and just bullshit. And it'll because we're so close to it, it'll come through the doors and shit. I look at the guy I work with and I'm like, hey, uh, did something stink? Does something smell bad in here, or is it like? And the guy looks at me and he goes, oh no, he comes in all the time. He's technically not supposed to be in here, but I figured you could have your first interaction with PISSMAN. And I go, PISSMAN. He goes, yeah, that's what everyone calls him is PISSMAN, because all he does is come in, he's really rude and he yells at people, and then he smells like pee all the time.
Dude, I don't know why And John, you'll probably have a little like flashback for this one. I don't know why, but as soon as you said that he yelled at you and yelled at you and shit, I automatically thought about the guy that when John used to be on his way home from work, he drive the same way, and there's a dude at a bus stop that always yelled at him, and John would yell back. Dude, I'd be on the fucking phone. You know who I'm talking about. I'd be on the phone with John whenever he's on his way home. I'm like, oh, it's about that time, and you hear him yell, like, yes. I think John, didn't you throw a burger at him or something one day?
Throw
I
a
threw,
burger
I,
at him.
I threw a McDouble at him.
Why you throw a McDouble at the man?
He's a fucking piece of shit.
Dude, listen.
Dude, he was a fucking asshole to the people in that Lowe's Foods. Like every time I saw him in there,
He's just
like
cussing
you
at people.
big back bitch.
You big bag bitch, dude. So I have this real solid appreciation for, like, I understand that homelessness is a crisis in this country and blah 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 blah. I get it. I get all that. Understand, feel for it. But man, there's just something about a crazy homeless person that just makes my day. Like, there was a guy in where a place near where I grew up called Bradford, that all he did was walk around all the time, and he had gotten fired from a factory job, and he went crazy, got, deep into some bad shit, ended up on the street. um but if you walk by and you yelled "you're fired," he would just go off a fucking deep end and start walking around screaming, "You're fucking fired, you're fucking fired,"
You
and go
struck a
on for like
chord with him.
10 minutes, just walking down the street screaming that at people. He got arrested one time because some kid said it to him, and he walked up to and he was doing it, walking up, and he walked by a lady with her baby, and he looked at the baby, got real close to the baby in the stroller. He got like nose to nose with his baby in the stroller and screamed, "You're fucking fired." And the fucking police took his ass out. They also had a guy who used to walk around in a sundress all the time with combat boots on. But if you ever said anything about the sundress, like anything at all, if you even made a notion like, "Hey, that's a nice dress," or like anything whatsoever. Now, mind you, he didn't do makeup, he didn't do anything like that. It was literally just this dude just threw on a sundress and walked around. And if you said anything at all, he would drop kick you in the face.
Jesus.
Like, no hesitation, no fucking warning, no stop or smile, no like cocky statement, nope, nothing at all. The word dress would leave your mouth, and he would immediately roundhouse you right in the cheek.
Damn.
And yeah, those were the crazy homeless people that I grew up with, and it made me have an appreciation. I watched one guy butt naked slip on some ice and to continue eating pizzas. He laid on his back naked in the middle of the street. His name was Animal. This episode of the Dummy Time Podcast is brought to you in part by Southeast Carolina Crossroads. Addiction is a struggle many Americans suffer with. Being a slave to your vices is never a life one wants to lead, and in today's day and age, finding help with addiction, especially for men, can be just as daunting as the addiction itself. Southeast Carolina Crossroads wants to help you break free from the chains of addiction and give you the tools to help not only get out of the damaging cycle, but also provide skills and lessons to help maintain your sobriety. Their 13-week or 90-day residential program is designed to help men get the support they may desperately need to break free from their addiction and go on to live fulfilling lives without the shadows of drugs or alcohol. I have a great friend that suffered with alcoholism. It was ruining his life, his body, and destroying the person that I knew. And although I am not personally a religious person, I was able to see that the good Crossroads had done for him, and I couldn't recommend them more. So if you or a loved one are struggling to kick their addiction, give Crossroads a call at 910-549 8487 or apply online at secarolinacrossroads.com. Once again, that is 910-549-8487, or you can also apply online at secarolinacrossroads.com. Thank you, Southeast Carolina Crossroads, for helping my friend and sponsoring today's podcast.
Yeah, I'll never forget that though. John's interaction every day until old dude just like quit showing up there.
I think he died.
I think he died. No,
I think he died.
that's so dark. God damn.
Dude, I
happened?
think the day you told me that, I was like, dude, you need to be checking the damn obituaries every single day to see if
You
he
take
pops up.
the
Christ.
motherfucker would take up the whole goddamn page.
I fucking can't. Jesus, I
Fuck that
fucking can't.
motherfucker.
Dude, I tell you, it's one of my
I'm sorry. Like, listen, I have a problem with someone who like shits all over a fucking like teenager working their first job when he's fucking mouth breathing while doing it.
It, dude, Anthony, it got so bad though. I could hear the dude yell from where John was to where he was. Over John's
Jesus.
Bluetooth, I could hear this dude yell, and I was like, "Oh my god!"
He just sit out there fucking screaming at y'all.
He just
He's
pissed off
waiting. No, he's waiting
Godzilla.
at the bus. He's waiting at the bus stop because he's too fucking fat to walk across the street.
Jesus.
It
He
take
must
him
have said
it take fucking 20 minutes to cross college.
man, he must have said something personal to you.
Oh, man, he was a dick to this chick that was like 16 years old. It was her first fucking job. He's like trying to do a money order, and he's just fucking be like, "Oh, can you go any slower? Oh,
Sugar water.
Sugar water.
it's me, something in one time." Like,
Christ.
all right, Vincent D'Onofrio, get the fuck out of here, piece of
Christ
shit.
almighty.
All right, man.
I I've
Thing
never
is,
heard John have so much anger towards a homeless guy.
I've never
He
really
wasn't.
had a
No, he was not a homeless guy. This motherfucker was wearing Pumas.
Well, he was just some asshole that hung out at the fucking bus stop.
Because no, like this motherfucker went up to like Lowe's Foods like every other day. I was like, "What are you, like a fat British person that shops every day? Because you don't know what you're going to eat from one day to the next."
Lady.
I've never
Jesus
had it.
Christ.
I've never had had an encounter like that. Like it's just every person I've seen or I've had a couple come through truck drivers come
Straight
through
up
my job.
Kevin. Straight up Kevin.
Straight up Kevin.
Dude, every time one of us mentions the word Kevin, like the name Kevin, all I can think of is that fucking cat. God, that cat was an asshole, dude.
I don't know what y'all talking about. My old cat Kevin was the sweetest
Bruh,
little dog cat ever.
bruh. The first time I met you in person, I had a bad run-in with that cat.
Listen, that was after that cat had been tortured for John for like 4 years.
Well, there was no need in that cat doing what it done. Cause all I needed to do, I'd been on the road for 2.5, almost 3 hours, was stopped at your place, was like, I had to pee. I had to pee. Had to piss. I'm like, hey, cool to meet you. You got a bathroom? You're like, yeah, upstairs and on the right, or upstairs and on the left, one and two. I'm like, all right, cool. I go up there to use the bathroom, and next thing I know, I just like it's something. You get that feeling of somebody or something is looking at you. I'm standing there rocking a piss, and next thing I know, I look to my left and I just see these two yellow eyes in a dark cabinet looking at me, and I'm like, "Oh hell no!" And I kicked the side of the cabinet. He just down the steps, and I'm like, I can't. I know I came downstairs. It was like I was pissed. I was like, "What
Oh
the
my
fuck?"
god. So I yeah, so I don't know if we ever actually talked about this on the show. I used to have this cat named Kevin, and he was a mix between a mostly black American short hair and either a Maine Coon or a Puma. I'm not quite sure because he was huge for no
I
reason.
think it's probably a mix of a Maine Coon because he was
Even
kind of fluffy.
He did have some fluff to him. So like, yeah, I think he was made, but he was a very large, all black, like jet black, yellow-eyed cat who also acted like a dog. But and he just liked hiding in cabinets, man. We just liked hiding
Yeah,
in
and
cabinets.
popping his fucking head out at the worst possible times.
Oh yeah. Well, he liked to
He
say
just popped
hello.
his head out like, "What's up, bud?" And I'm like, "Jesus fucking what?"
He just wanted to see what you're doing. He was interested in the little thing while you were waggling around.
Yeah. He's about to be
That
interested to see if he can figure out how to fly or not.
No, listen, that Kevin was nowhere near as bad. I had a buddy of mine, his name was Adam, whose mom had a fucking pet tiger. And like I wish I was fucking joking when I say pet tiger, but it was a I can't remember what the fucking name of the cat is, but it was just one of those breed cats. It's the closest thing to a wild cat that you can get. And they grow to be fucking massive, like the size of small dogs or like medium-sized dogs. They are huge. They're fucking house tigers is what they are.
Are you
And
sure you're
this
not talking about a mountain lion?
No, this thing was like it looked like a leopard. So they look like leopards with spots.
An
Yeah.
ocelot.
Yeah,
It,
an
it,
ocelot.
it's like one step down from an ocelot. It's like the one, yeah. It's like the cat. It's like a step down from an ocelot. But yeah, same vibe though. Same fucking vibe. And this fucking cat, she never, bless her heart, she didn't really. She kept him in like a giant enclosure in her garage, and she only had the male left. Right, the female had passed away, and so she moved in with her son, my friend, and this fucking cat decided to post up in the bathroom, and he didn't decide to tell nobody that this cat was posting up in the fucking bathroom, kind of like Kevin used to in the cabinets, except that this fucking asshole cat would close the cabinet door, right? And because the cabinet would point kind of towards the toilet, it would close the cabinet door, wait to hear someone pissing, and then fucking reach its claw out and try to fucking take your dick with it. And so we're all over there after, we're talking to his mom and just hanging out and just we're all hanging out drinking and just fucking carrying on. And one of our buddies, Alex, walked his ass in the bathroom, right? Again, our other buddy, the buddy who owned the house, hadn't made a mention of this fucking cat yet. And all of a sudden, we just hear Alex in the fucking bathroom start fucking screaming, "Rah! Rah!" And just fucking shit smashing all over the place. And he comes running out with his pants halfway around his fucking ankles, comes barreling out of the fucking bathroom, running out, like coming out into the fucking living room, screaming his fucking head off. And we go, "Alex, what the fuck is going on?" He goes, "There's a fucking tiger in the bathroom."
God.
Dude, I'm telling you, it was. I looked at my buddy and I go, why is it that when we come over to your house, it's like this is the hangover, my guy? And he goes, oh yeah, I forgot my mom brought her cat over. You couldn't tell nobody?
It's not a cat.
It's not. It was a fuck. I told him it's not a cat. It's a fucking tiger. That's a fucking tiger. Kill it. Don't just fucking kill it. Call animal control. Get rid of it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Kill it
so
with fire.
every time you had to go to the fucking bathroom, you had to go and put your foot up against the fucking door to the cabinet. So you hear this fucking cat trying to get out, fucking going at the cabinet while you're trying to take a piss. Nah, fuck that cat, dude. Kevin at least didn't give a shit. He just wanted to watch. Kevin was a voyeur. This motherfucker was just evil.
So fucking unsettling.
Dude, it
What,
was
me having
very
my voyeur cat?
unsettling. It was
John
very unsettling.
You know how many times I
John
would
hated
punch
Kevin.
that cabinet? I'd close that cabinet and punch it just because I knew his ass was in there. I'd open that cabinet back up and he'd go fucking scuttering the fuck out of there.
Oh, he come barreling out of the bathroom like a bat out of hell and be like, stop fucking with my cat.
Oh, he hits me when he started pissing. I'm like, listen, you little fuck. Why don't you take care of a fucking basic human need? Fuck piece of shit.
Well, and the worst part was because John spent so much time at the house. What Kevin would do, and Kevin got a real big kick out of, was he would hide. he would just hide in random places of the house and then show up just like right next to John. So John would turn around, there'd just be Kevin staring at him. And he
Hey, bud,
moved
what you doing?
and he moved like a cat. I mean, he was big, but he didn't stop moving like a cat. So like he was completely silent. So he would cross right in front of John. John would be paying attention. All of a sudden, John would turn around. There he was, just staring at him.
Over there with the eyes going, hey, bud, what you done?
Yeah, well, he wouldn't meow. He wouldn't meow or anything. He would just stare at you silently with just this pissed off look on his face.
Oh, so he's not like fucking Hobbs.
Yeah. No, not like Hobbs, who every time I go over to John's place, if I don't pick him up, he just sits there at my feet going.
Yeah.
I picked that cat up once. It was like a death
Nah,
sentence.
Hobbs is just Hobbs just has a foot fetish. If you take a shower, he will go into the bathroom if you don't close the door, and he will lick where you put your feet like he's licking one of those frogs that makes you trip balls.
That's fucking weird.
No, I remember, dude. I remember. I think it was the first time I met Hobbs, or whenever you had him, whenever you were staying with Chris, and yeah, it was whenever he was there. You're like, don't feed him. If you feed him, will never leave you alone. I was like, it can't be that bad. I fed him, and dude, I swear to God, he would not leave me the fuck alone the entire weekend I was there.
Mm-hmm.
I was
Once you
like,
feed a cat,
go
you're that cat's best friend.
away.
Once you feed a cat, that's it. That cat will follow you forever.
Yeah, but most cats are like, cool, appreciate it, bet. And they'll just kind of like fuck off somewhere. Nope, not Hobbs. He's over there, meow, meow, meow. And I'm like, go away. And
I
John's like,
mean,
you shouldn't have fed him. I was
he's
like,
not
you
wrong
should
though.
have named
Shouldn't have
his
fed
ass
him.
Gizmo.
I didn't
Don't
say it's
feed
just
him
the rule.
after midnight.
It's just the rule with the cats. You just don't feed the fucking things.
Jesus.
Yeah.
My animals, one only barks whenever somebody's pulling in a driveway, and the other one barks at his fucking own shadow. Bobo barks at his own damn shadow. Like, yes, I'm talking about you. He just goes to walk out the door, said his name, and he turns and pops his head back in the door. He's like, what, Dad?
Oh yeah, they know when you're talking shit. Your pets know when you're talking shit about them. I used to my old cat, the old cat Gamora. You met Gamora. I used to just sit there and just talk shit to her all the time. I'd be like walk around cleaning the house because Gamora was one of the few of the cats that would just follow me around. And I used to just talk shit to her, and she would just look at me and give me looks every time I said something. She'd look at me like, "Motherfucker, really? I'm the one with 20 knives on my hands, and you want to talk shit?"
Right? I'm the one that could kill you in your sleep, and you want to talk shit?
Dude, my old man used to always say all the time is yeah, when it came down to the whole cats versus dogs thing, he was my money's on the cat every fucking time.
Oh, yeah. The
Like,
dog has the bite force, but if a cat can get a hold of that dog, it's over.
oh, the cat's faster, and the cat again, 20 knives attached to its hands.
Yeah.
He
Oh, dude,
he,
speaking of Bobo, Aiden, he like has something against Aiden. I don't know why. I don't know what. I don't know what. I think it's because they have the same color hair. I don't fucking know. Maybe. But every time Aiden walks in the room, all he does is he just
That's
growls at him and barks at him. I looked at
Jesus.
him one day. I said, dude, I said, you better leave him alone. I said, he's gonna shit in your shoe one day.
He's
I
gonna
kid
shit in your
you
shoe.
not. I
I'm
kid
just
you
gonna play
not,
the
Anthony.
I'm just gonna play the Halloween theme the next time Aiden's in the same room as me.
I kid
Christ.
I kid you not. I cannot make this up. Aiden went to his girlfriend's house. And the day Aiden went to his girlfriend's house, this little 3-pound Satan demon decided to make his move. He went to the front door where Aiden had a pair of his shoes. And I kid you not when I tell you he shit perfectly in the middle of that shoe on the inside. Oh, dude,
Oh man. Oh, it
part of
angled its
me,
ass and everything, huh?
part of me was like, you know what? I should leave it. The other part of me was, I don't want to hear it, so I'm just gonna clean it up.
No, because you know what had happened was Aiden would have
Be right back.
Oh God.
stuck his foot in that shoe, and he would have stepped right in that shit and ground it all up into the shoe fibers, into the
His
sole.
toes.
You'd had to throw them fuckers out.
I wouldn't have been worried about the shoes. I would have been dying on. I'd have been on the floor hyperventilating from laughing because he'd have had it in between his toes and under his toenails and shit. Oh
Like stepping in wet sand,
yeah,
wet, stinky, gross sand.
yeah.
Yeah. We back when I was like, it might have been even before I was actually born, or when I was like a little baby. We had these two dogs, these two German shepherds named Bartles and James, right? James was just really overprotective. Bartles would get overexcited, and every time my grandmother came over, Bartles would piss all over her shoes. Like, didn't fail. Newt say porcupine.
Porcupine.
Thank you. Uh, every single time she walked in the door, Bartles would run up, jump up on her, lick her in the face, then pee all over her feet.
That's funny.
Yeah. It was only my grandmother too. No one else. That dog did it to no one else. It was only her. But yeah, I can't believe that your dog took all the time and energy to aim its asshole in the proper angle in which it would have to blow a load into the shoe, into the middle of the shoe.
Yeah, yeah. Right in the middle, right in the middle of the opening of the like where you stick your foot, the foot opening of the shoe, dead in the center of it. Dude, that ain't even the first. That was the first time he done some crazy ass shit like that. So you and John have been to my house. You know that black piece of furniture, the long black piece of furniture that sits in the
Mhm.
corner as soon as you walk in my door.
Mhm.
He shit in the cabinet part. Like, not with the doors, but the middle section. Like, not I don't mean in front of it. I mean on it. And that's like a good solid 3-inch rise up into that cabinet. Like, just right on the edge. And it was stacked perfect right there.
In case you're wondering, the dog we're talking about is a Chihuahua.
That doesn't surprise me.
It was just stacked perfect on the edge, and I'm looking at it, I'm like,
Perfect little
"What
shit
in the
stack.
yeah." I'm like, "What the shit?
You know what
Really?"
Fergus used to do? He used to wait for, like, he would roll up on his back and show you his belly and everything, and you go in for the give him a belly rub, and then he would activate the pressure washer,
Oh my God, Oscar did the same thing.
and he
That was
would
Oscar.
spray you, and you would just be like,
That was Oscar's thing whenever he went to go rub his belly when he was a puppy, he would do that just by accident. But also, do you remember Odie, my little fat fuck?
yes.
Yeah.
That was Odie's defense mechanism. So whenever he did something he was bad and he went, Odie, that's a bad dog, he would roll over on his belly, do that, and then piss all over himself.
He's like, "I'll just discipline myself, Dad."
No, it's because he was too fat. He couldn't aim in any other direction. Every time he rolled over, he just rolled directly up on his back and his legs stuck straight up.
My like the one time I did that, and Fergus started peeing, and he hit me right in the face, and I love that dog. That was the only time I ever wanted to hit the dog.
Jesus.
Like,
I'm not
I
gonna lie,
I could walk away.
you keep making Fergus sit in the bathroom with you while you're taking a shit. That dog's gonna try to fucking kill you in your sleep.
I don't make him do anything. I close the door and he smashes on the door and opens it like the fucking Kool-Aid man.
Kicks the door down like he pays
"What are
rent.
you doing there, bud?"
And
You're
then
winning, son.
literally just drives his fucking head like into my
He straight
stomach,
up he just
being like,
busts in the bathroom and all like, "You got games on your phone?"
gets him up. He comes up right to me and be like, "Hi, and come in here for pets on the head. I want pets on the head. Head pats right now."
Dude, Winnie, my other one, the outside, the loudmouth that doesn't like anybody but me, apparently. Um, dude, that's all she wants here lately. Like, I'll let her out of her crate. We'll put her outside, and when I bring her in, we've got these diapers for her that's got like
Mhm.
little tutus on them, just so that keeps her from pissing everywhere if she doesn't let us know she's got to go out.
Yeah.
And since she's found that I have a computer chair, she wants to sit in my lap in it like a human, not like she just sits there and she just sits like a human in it. And I'm like, damn Skinwalker, I swear.
Hey everybody, I want to take a moment to talk about our new sponsor, W Energy. If you're tired of the usual energy drinks packed with fillers and artificial ingredients, W Energy is here to change the game. They've created a clean energy formula that is free from maltodextrin, artificial coloring, and unnecessary additives. What sets W apart is their focus on cognitive performance. Their unique blend includes vitamins and nootropics, with the star ingredient being neurofactor. This patented extract from high-quality coffee cherries has been clinically shown to boost brain performance so you can stay sharp and energized throughout your day. And here's the best part. You can enjoy all of this without breaking the bank. If you're ready for that big energy boost, head over to their website and use code SCIENCE at checkout to get 10% off your order. That's SCIENCE and get 10% off of every order. And it lets them know that we sent you. A big thank you to W Energy for giving us the extra kick we need and for sponsoring today's show.
Sorry about the one time I walked into my friend's house and his two chihuahuas were fucking on the couch. And the female, was super excited to see me and
Dude,
jumped
why are
off
you
the
into
couch.
such weird porn?
Yeah, right.
Shut up. Anyway, she was so excited to see me. She jumped off the couch, and the poor guy on the back was still attached. And fucking, all of a sudden, you heard the R2D2 fucking scream as he gets pulled off the couch by his dick. Just, and then just gets drug around the house because she was 13 pounds. He was 4.
Jesus.
Fucking Norbit over here, Jesus.
He couldn't like she was a Chihuahua wiener mix, and he was just like a full-blooded fucking miniature Chihuahua. And God,
Literally took her ball and went home.
Yeah, literally.
he got dragged around the house for like 10 minutes because he couldn't fucking release.
Dude, it'd be like me because see, Bobo's not fixed. It'd be like me trying to get Bobo and Winnie to do the thing. Like it would
Yeah.
be so weird because to do that I'd probably have to hold Bobo, and I don't love either one of them that much.
I'm
I
just
don't love
imagining you gingerly
either one
holding
of
this
them.
little rat dog as it's just going in the air.
I mean, since we're bringing up fucking horror stories,
Oh my god.
these aren't
Today's episode
pets.
brought to you by horror stories of our childhood.
Oh
I mean, this
god.
wasn't childhood. This was a story told to me. This is a horror story involving humans, though. My friend, and by the way, Bubba, I'm not gonna name your name, but if you do listen, I'm sorry. But
Is this a Dish Network
I'm
story?
telling the world. Ah. Anywho, this
Anywho,
man is a they have a romantic date. They go home. Of course, you know what happens. They start fooling around. They get into this man. I mean, and he's telling me this story, right? He's like, they get. I'll tell it like I'm the one experiencing it. How about that? We are getting fucking hot and heavy, bro. And I mean, like, I'm doing like the porn shit. And I was like, my head just kind of like, I'm like, whoa, okay, all right, that's a cool deal. And this motherfucker's like, yeah, I'm like pulling in and pushing it back in. And then I hit
Jesus.
the wrong hole. And I was like, oh no. And he was like, bro, It was like popping a water balloon. I was like, "What do you mean?" He was like, "It was like hitting. It was like hitting the little thing on the tire that sprays, but it just shot all this ass juice." And I was like,
Oh,
"He's like,
no.
yeah, just jet thrill shitting on me." After she was like, like makes this like awful squealing sound. So I'm sure like that was the sound that was made. Just
I would just like to point out that John cut out due to him overpowering his mic,
oh.
but I definitely heard him across the hall.
But I mean, I'm sure this chick was just like, oh.
Every time you scream, it cuts off your mic.
Yeah, it's probably gonna do that anyway. But yeah,
It makes it
you get
so
what
much
I'm saying.
funnier.
She probably screamed the fucking head off, but it like literally just, I mean, shits on this man's lap like doggy style.
Just
That's
explosion.
And this man, like, he was just like, dude, it lasted forever. And at one point, I'm actually crying, saying, "Stop!"
I that's
And this
Oh,
man, I'm looking this man dead in the eyes the whole time, my hand over my mouth out of sheer shock. My question:
Did you stop?
why would you not keep that to yourself?
See, I
Do
didn't know you
you
were going.
realize that when we are behind closed doors, every once in a while, because I'm sure this was a traumatic experience for you, but every once in a blue fucking moon, I'm gonna make a jab and you're gonna know why.
I'm gonna make a shitty comment, and you're gonna know why.
Exactly.
I
See,
have a friend who had a similar experience.
I thought you were gonna tell the Dish Network story, not that.
Hey,
the
bro.
Dish Network story.
Hey,
I'm so
bro.
confused.
Hey, bro. I heard your girl shit on you in Call of Duty and real life. What's up? But
You've heard the Dish Network remote story, Anthony.
Have I?
I'm pretty sure you have.
I probably have and just forgotten about it at some point. As you know, I can only hold so much information in this small brain of mine.
Uh,
sorry, crap lap.
Christ
what?
almighty. It's crap lab.
Yeah,
Oh,
no.
I said sorry to old crap lap.
Jesus. Well, one of my friends had kind of a similar experience, but it was poop related. Um,
Everything in your life other than sleep is poop related.
well,
Literally.
he so he was he was having sex with his girl and everything, and it was going great apparently. And he like got up and went to go grab something. He went to go toss it in the bed, and it like landed on the bed and bounced over her and on the other side of the bed. So he went to go crawl over her to go get it. While his ass was over her chest, he goes to
Oh,
fart,
Stop.
and he accidentally shit on this woman's chest.
he left a
He gave her a
deposit.
Cleveland steamer.
He left
This
a
man grabbed a
deposit.
towel, cleaned her off, and then left.
I I have never heard of anyone giving someone a Cleveland steamer in real life. Holy crap. This is the first time I've ever heard. This is the first time I have ever heard of someone giving
I
someone else
think
a Cleveland
I
steamer
think we
in
broke
real
John.
life.
You know that woman. You know that woman was like, "Clean me off right now, or I'm going to kill
Oh
you."
my god. I'm gonna put an ad here. I'll be right back.
Oh God, he he looked at me while he's telling the story. And he's like, God, maybe
Stop
I shouldn't
talking.
have eaten mac and
Stop
cheese.
talking. Stop talking. Stop talking. Wait for the shit to come back. Oh, what the fuck? I'm fucking dead. Are you serious?
I think you broke John Newt. Get it off of me now.
Get it off of me now.
If you look,
Or I'm
he's also
going
one of
to
he's also
kill
one of my
you.
he's also one of my army cadet buddies. So if you look in the side chat, you can kind of see an old picture of him.
Oh, shut up. There's pictures of.
Not a very good picture, but you also see a very bad picture of me. I was a fucking stick back then.
He looks like a douchebag.
Oh, you would like him. He is a douchebag, but he's fucking hilarious.
He looks like he'd shit on someone's chest. Sicko. That poor girl.
He looks like a shitty human being.
He's like, oh fuck, I just can't even with him. This is the same man who accidentally shit in my truck.
Oh man, you're aware of your shortcomings at this point in life. Like you knew not to play with fire. That man wanted to fulfill a lifelong bucket list item, and he fucking did it.
Yeah, he did. He's like, you know what? Probably never gonna see his chick again. Bucket list time. I mean, hell, he was probably trying to just be like all funny, ha ha, and it just decided that he tried to trust one, and apparently it didn't work out in his favor.
This guy honestly has the rectal control of a fucking toddler.
So he's your twin?
No, I have amazing rectal control. Thank you very much. I never shit my pants. I just destroy a toilet and scream in agony.
No, don't you say you've never done it, because you've already said before you've done it, just not recently.
I haven't done it in a couple years, but yeah.
No, you need to hurry the fuck up. Long-winded bastard.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I thought you were gonna go with the Dish Network remote story. That one was fucking hilarious.
Oh god.
I don't know what I would do in that position.
Can't remember if she was drunk or really fucking stoned.
I don't know, but if this long-winded bitch would shut up, with his ad, and we could tell it
Alright.
before the fucking hour.
Oh,
There
he's
we
back.
go.
Okay, now I can finish the story. Yeah, so after he, shits on this woman's chest, he like gets up, cleans her off, and then just leaves. And
Oh,
then
he left?
Oh, he just
he left.
left?
Yeah, he cleaned her up and everything and left because they was in a hotel room, and he just leaves.
Oh
Oh
no!
no.
He's like, I'm gonna,
No.
I
He
can't.
pulled a deuce and deuce.
He
Oh, he
fucking
deuce and dip.
he paid for the hotel room in full and then just left.
But
He
he didn't
deuced
pay for
and
the shit
deuced.
stain all over the fucking bed.
He deuce and dashed.
He deuce and dipped.
And then
He
he
fucking dude, that man whole Hershey squirted on that woman's chest.
best part is like he looks at me. He's like, I really shouldn't have had that mac and cheese before we had sex.
Man,
Christ
what?
almighty.
Why was mac and cheese the determining factor in this equation? I have
Because he's
questions.
lactose intolerant.
Why the
Lactose
fuck?
intolerant.
Jesus Christ.
Why are
Because
you
He planned
driving
that.
this poor guy like a jungle gym when you know? Oh my God, no! That was a
He planned
bucket
it.
list item.
He planned it.
That
He
was
planned it.
1000% a bucket list
That was
item.
that was
He was just like, you know what? I'm gonna fucking blast like an ass loaf all over this fucking woman's
that was
tatas, like I'm celebrating Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
that was premeditated fecal assault.
I fucking
So
can't.
to close, Anthony, before you had to go do the little for our ad break, to close out, we'll close out with the Dish Network remote story with John. Because just to remind you, because I know Newt's never heard it, but give you a refresher, Anthony, of what I was talking about.
Christ.
Go ahead, John.
When I was a young warthog.
Bro, if you ever listen to this, and I'm gonna call you Jennifer.
Call
I'm
you Jennifer.
sorry. We're gonna call you
Something. What is it?
Anastasia. We're gonna call you Anastasia. I am
Jesus.
sorry. You are a very nice girl, but you are a freak, and the whole world is gonna know.
Why?
My
Tell us,
friend,
John.
my friend met his future wife in the most absurd of ways, and I can't remember if she was drunk or stoned, but
Or Kayla Nostos.
they had gone to a social event, and she had gotten, and this is when they like had, first started going out. Like, she had gotten really intoxicated in one form or another, and they had gone back to his place, and she had passed out. Well, he puts her to sleep, and then he falls asleep. Homie's a heavy sleeper. So she wakes up. She's all hot and bothered, apparently.
Oh, fun.
And she tries to wake him up, so see if he wants some nucky or whatever, apparently. This is what she had described to him. Well, that doesn't work. So she goes out to the living room, and she, from what he told me, she turned on porn. I don't know what she did, where, how, TV, I don't know what.
She
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 turned
turned
on
she turned on
she
porn.
turned on porn,
As
and
one
she's
does.
she's as one does. She's sitting on his couch, going at it, having herself a good old time. Well, apparently that wasn't enough. So this chick, I guess, got it in her head, and she picked up his DirecTV remote, and that was her boyfriend temporarily.
If it fits, it ships.
Listen, she apparently came to the right conclusion, and he woke up to a scream, what I can assume was a scream of pleasure. And he gets up, and what he described to me is he runs out to his living room, and she's out there, a pile on the couch, and a giant, like, wet splatter mark across his living room, and she's holding a DirecTV remote in her hand and panting.
I mean, in all fairness, the remote
And
control is kind of
he
ribbed.
decided at that moment that that was going to be the woman he married, and he sure as fuck did.
Like
You know what?
I
That's a
remember
valid
you telling
conclusion.
I remember
It's a
you
valid
telling me
conclusion.
about I remember you telling me this, and like dude's like, what should I do? My
No,
response to
yeah,
you
no,
was that motherfucker needs to
he
frame that remote.
I mean, bro, he did call me. He was like, "Bro, I think I want to marry her, but I'm also like really concerned." And I was like, "I mean, she sounds like a keeper, bro.
I mean, listen, what you do is you take the
Like,
remote.
hey, homie, if that'd have been me, I'd have busted out the ice cubes."
No, what you do is you take the remote, you take that same remote, you go, you get a mold made of the remote, okay? And then you take it to someone who does silicone stuff. And you have them pour a silicone mold of that remote, and then you give that to them on their 10th wedding anniversary.
Oh.
Can you taxidermy a DirecTV remote?
Yeah, you just crack it in half, you take out all the innards, then you glue it back together. I'd throw some fishing weights in there just to make it realistic. You can even get that clackety clackety clack that old remotes sometimes get.
Just anonymously mail that to them on their 10th anniversary.
No, I'm telling you, you take that DirecTV remote and you go get that fucking silicone mold made. Because if it's the kind of DirecTV remote, I'm thinking it's the one that had the straight shaft and then it had a little head on the top of it because it had a little like
bulge where the circle buttons were, and
They
then a
Yeah.
little
still have.
knob at the end.
Do they still have DirecTV?
Yeah,
I mean,
but the
DirecTV's still a
the
thing.
remote, depending on the age of his remote, like or
Listen,
how
listen,
long ago
listen,
this was.
listen. Hold on. I might mail this to a fucking DirecTV promotion for Christmas this year. That might be their Christmas card.
Christ. You know, that is an ad some fucking millennial at DirecTV's fucking ad department would film too. Camera pans behind a couch where some lady's just fucking going to town. The very last scene is just a scene of her hand holding the remote, and it's just
Yeah.
DirecTV.
Apparently,
There for you when you need
she's
it.
spraying his whole fucking living room.
And so just all you have to do is just have the fucking panning shot of behind the couch with her head, and you just hear her screaming, and you don't see what's on TV or nothing. It just pans, and then you watch her head flop back, and then the next scene it cuts immediately, and it's just another pan over just her hand holding the remote, and it just says DirecTV there when you need it.
Jesus.
I don't.
You can call me
Yuck.
later, DirecTV. I'll take $10,000.
Okay,
As
no,
as a group, we'll take 30. We'll just split it.
I'll even direct it for you if you want me to.
you know what? Like, it better be a new remote because, like, you know how much dead skin is in a remote. You know how many fucking. You know how.
Dude, no, for the time frame of when John told me about this was like a few years ago. So like
So,
you got to think like it's probably one of the damn big black
oh,
direct
it's what?
TV remotes.
Oh yeah, that's one of the big ones.
Yeah.
Why couldn't it be silver, Steve? Why did it have to be black?
One of the big phallic ones.
I'm just so. And also, Newt, do you have in your home? Do you have any of those TV like bigger TV remotes that's got all the buttons and shit all over them?
Used to.
You don't have one anymore.
Not in this house.
Okay, so next time you find yourself with your hands on one of those big monstrosities, I want you to take your knuckle, right? And I just want you to run your knuckle right up the center of it across those buttons, and that'll tell you exactly why that chick chose that remote to fuck herself with.
Yeah.
Fair.
Why that
Oh,
remote
no,
was the
Like, I'm not
choice.
saying I understand why. I just did she at least no, she probably didn't use a wet wipe or nothing on that thing.
No, she was drunk. She woke up in the middle of the night drunk and horny. The only thing she was thinking of how she could get
Dude, they
herself off, and
probably
practicing her DJ skills wasn't enough at that point.
You know how much fecal matter is on those things? There was probably more fecal matter on that fucking thing than that other girl's chest.
practicing her DJ skills. What the fuck?
Breathe, man, breathe.
She didn't use a wet wipe or nothing. Oh shit!
At
Oh
least
my
that's better. The story
god!
ended better than what I was anticipating. I was really waiting for John to say to his buddy, he woke up the next morning, went to go watch the Sunday football game, and just had a sticky ass remote when none of the keys worked.
She
Oh
just
god,
done the deed and left and didn't say nothing.
I can't remember the comedian's name, but I just recently heard this comedian talk about how he's just got a beard, right? Like he just grew a beard, and he went down on this girl, and he forgot that he had a beard, and he didn't really know everything. So the next day he's walking around the house, and he just keeps smelling something, and he's like, "What the fuck is that?" He's walking around, he's smelling something. He's like, also like, I don't know why I was smelling fucking shrimp all day, and and then he's like, "Oh right, this woman fucking waterboarded me last night."
Jesus. See, I have found that having a beard hasn't been the problem. It hasn't been the problem of any kind of lingeringness. It's the bleaching. I found a problem with bleaching. The center of my beard is slowly getting to be a lighter color than the rest of my face.
The pH balance is bleaching your beard.
Yeah, yeah,
There was one time I
yeah.
did. I still had my I had my mustache at this point, and
Newt, you've had
Which
that
one?
mustache since you were 4 years old, motherfucker. I don't
What-
want to hear it.
Wait, no, Anthony, shut up. Newt, which mustache are we talking about? The left side or the
Oh my-
right side?
Jesus. But both sides, you fucking numpty.
Nah, he came out of the womb with that fucking thing.
But fuck. So, I went down on girlfriend at the time, and I had my mustache and everything, and it stank. And that's all I could smell. So I got pissed. Well, not pissed. I was just getting overstimulated. So I just shaved my fucking mustache off and washed my face. She's like, "Why did you shave your
Damn,
mustache?" And I was like, "Oh, it was itchy."
Why didn't you just wash your face? That would
Yeah.
have the same effect.
Because I tried that and it didn't work. I can still smell it.
Then you should have left, my guy. At that point, it's not the fact of your beard's not the your mustache isn't the problem. They need monostat.
They had
I've luckily never ran into that issue.
yeah, no, I 100% shaved off my mustache, and she's like, "Why'd you shave off your mustache?" I was like, "It was itchy," and she's like, "It was itchy? You weren't complaining about itchy earlier." I was like, "Well, I got itchy and I got pissed." Not wanting to tell her, yeah, no, I shaved my mustache because you're rotten fish.
Jesus.
Oh, well, guess what? Hey, if you're listening by any chance there, chick, now you know.
They're not listening to this.
They'll never stumble on this corner of the internet.
They see
to
my
be-
name and they're immediately just turning that shit off.
I honestly I applaud anyone who's made it this far. Speaking of, make sure to follow us on all of our socials. Got
Oh, I love how you were
renamed
You weren't originally gonna make a podcast, and then all of a sudden, yeah, we're making a podcast, and the podcast has just been dogs fucking and smelly vaginas.
you know what, this was the shit show podcast. That's all that's I mean that's gonna be the
for this
title.
one,
The
welcome to
title,
shit show.
the title will be the shit show. But yeah, follow our socials. I finally figured out how to change the TikTok tag. So now the TikTok's back to at DTF_prod. Same thing with Twitter at DTF_prod. And YouTube's at DTFYT. So check us all out there. Appreciate it. Make sure to check out our Patreon. You can go to Patreon. We have a free version right now. We're going to get another tier. It's going to be $5 where you're going to get some more exclusive content and things we're going to have coming out. And yeah, check out our sponsors, W.GG. Use code SCIENCE, get yourself 10% off all your orders, and lets them know that we sent you and you got your stuff from us. So yeah, do all that good stuff. New, how do you spell science?
SCIENCE.
I actually don't know if that's right. I actually think I think it's
He's correct.
SCEINCE.
It's SCIENCE.
Oh, is it IE? Okay, cool. It's IE. Yeah, well, yeah, you use code science and get 10% off your orders. Anyway, but thanks everybody for saying goodbye. Congratulations if you made it this far. Hope you had fun. I sure shit did. I can't believe your friend gave someone a Cleveland steamer, Newt. That's fucked up. Wasn't even a Cleveland steamer. It was more like a Cleveland chowder.
I
'Cause it was
don't
all
know whether
gross
to
and
be. I
wet.
don't know whether to be more like more.
That was more like a Cleveland ambush.
That was a Cleveland drive-by.
Jesus.